Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM19 story, part of the Furniture with me, Daniel. It's season 15, episode 13, and today we play our final game of the season, and we're finishing it off in style as well, as we face Barcelona in the Europa League final. But we've started on a different screen to usual, so you are getting a sneak peek at the lineup, but mainly so if you did miss the FA Cup final last time out, hopefully you won't get any spoilers. So it's a chance to quickly go back and check that one out. It was certainly a fantastic game, so click on the eye above to go back to that one before you get a spoiler in a moment. But the other reason is a very quick service announcement. From next week there will be extra episodes from this series every week on the channel, so every Monday and Wednesday there'll be an episode from this series in addition to the 3 we already have. So from Sunday to Thursday every week, 5 days in a row, we'll have episodes from this Torquay series, and that'll continue till the release of FM20 or until we've won all the big competitions in the world. We set out our objectives over 10 months ago where we wanted to win the big 6 trophies, and we're starting to achieve that now as we're making major finals, so hopefully we'll be able to tick one off today. But let's go and have a look at the schedule, because we did have another game in between the last episode and now, and obviously you're going to get a spoiler if you haven't gone back to check out the FA Cup final yet. So let's go and have a look at the Liverpool game. We lost 2-1 with our reserve side in the Premier League. Tariq Apoku gave us an early lead, but then the £146 million man Andres Sandoval equalised before the break, and Joel with a late winner for Liverpool, as unfortunately we fell to defeat. Obviously you've seen that we've won the FA Cup final now. It was a brilliant performance last time round, and now we've got a European final to look forward to, and it's the mighty Barcelona we're facing. They have got a couple of little injury concerns today, but they've still got some world-class players. Didier Doumbia has been nominated for Best Player in Europe this season. Vittorio Venturini played for City in years gone by and scored a hat-trick against us once, I think. And then they've got a couple of other brilliant players too. They're all worth 50 million or more. But let's go and put them in value order so you can see just how good some of these are. We've got Didier Doumbia, the European Best Player candidate. 30 years of age now, the France international. He's absolutely world class. Venturini we mentioned from Manchester City, played over 100 games for them, and now he's playing at Barcelona and certainly doing a good job for them. They've got Seferin Di Benedetto. He's a 74 million rated striker, a fantastic value for him, and again he's an elite striker. They've got so many world class players. I don't really want to look at any more because they're starting to scare me for this game, but we'll go and get into it straight away, and fingers crossed we can shock them. They're missing 5 players, whereas we've just got Gonzalez out, but they seem to have all their big stars available. So let's go and get into the preview of the match. It's a remarkable feat that we're here in truth, and I don't really feel the pressure today. I'm apprehensive that we may lose heavily, but in terms of the actual game itself, it's just a remarkable achievement to be here. We've already qualified for the Champions League, having assured a 3rd place finish in the Premier League, as you can see here on 81 points, so there's no real requirement for us to win this one. We'll be in the Champions League group stages no matter what next season. But let's see who the media thinks favourites. Of course it's Barcelona, so we're not expecting any miracles today, but maybe we can put up a fight. You've seen the lineup already, but let's go through it in detail. The benefit of course now for the Europa League final, 12 substitutions can be named, so we've managed to get Maxwell on the bench as sub-keeper, all of our backup team as well, and the injury Gonzalez has meant we can put Stuart John on the bench, a hero from a few episodes ago. He scored a screamer in his first ever appearance, and he's starting to progress quite nicely off the pitch. You can see there's plenty of green arrows there. He's certainly becoming a better player very quickly. But the 11 that make it into the starting lineup today, Stojanovic in goal as always. You could probably name this team off the back of your hand. Richard Quirk and Moraes are the fullbacks, with Mon Iverson alongside McDonnell in the middle. Those two defenders have made such a big difference this year. We've really looked much more solid at the back, and we've got a good defensive record too. Of course we kept a clean sheet in the FA Cup final as well, so hopefully these lads are prepared for the big game. It's Bacanez in holding midfield with Keita and Omar in the middle. Omar Omar much closer to match fitness than he was in previous games, so hopefully he can make more of an impact. And then Sousa and Silla on the two wings, with Alex Andrade up front. We've got the likes of Kozala, Poku and Rutherford on the bench. All of them have reached double figures this year. Ramos and Lapin have got goals from midfield too, and Recchio with a fair few from the back. But let's go and get into this game. We'll of course drop to a balanced mentality once we get there, but let's go and play our first European final. It's a 4-2-3-1 for Barcelona, and all of the big names are in there. The three that we looked at, Venturini, Di Benedetto and Doumbia, all in that attacking six. So it's going to be a very tough test today, as Barcelona have got a very good side. We've got a decent one as well though, so we've just got to try and hang on. We're going to tell the lads to go out and prove a point. Stuart Jelling recommends exactly that, and fingers crossed they'll respond in the first half, but we've got a tunnel interview to deal with first. Apparently we've got to feel sorry for them, because they're missing one of their elite centre-halves, but I'm sure they've got a few good players on the bench who are earning far more than our best players. It's Andrade with a kick-off to Bacanes, and now Omar over midfield in the halfway line. It's Silla on the left with a switch to Sousa, as we've set the balanced mentality switch. It's into Silla though, we get a good chance there, but it's blocked and cleared away by Barca. It's Omar to Keita again. Brilliant early pressure here. Moraes into the box and his cross is blocked as Barcelona play it out from the back. They clear it long downfield eventually, and Di Benedetto flicks it on as the highlight ends at 0-0. It's Richard Quirk with a throw-in on the right to Sousa. To Keita at the edge of the box. Nebel tips it onto the bar, the Barca keeper. Fantastic save by him, and we've scored a goal, have we? It's been disallowed. Andrade commits the foul. A judge to have pushed the keeper, but this has been a flying start from Torquay, and it's still 0-0 after 8 minutes. It's a long throw from the left-hand side. Mon-Iversen back to Bacanes. Silla's shot's blocked and now Keita to Sousa, though Hernandez gets it clear. And this is what we've got to be worried of. Barcelona's presence on the counter-attack, though that's a fantastic challenge at right back, and we survive at 0-0. 10 minutes gone and it's been a promising start. 18 minutes on the clock nearly, as Lucas has a free kick on the left for Barca, Hernandez with the ball in which is blocked, and now Silla finds Keita who can break. Over halfway on the right hand side, brilliant ball for Andrade, his shot first time hits the post. We've been so unlucky early on, we've dominated the chances, but now Barca have their first of the match, as a header from 6 yards goes over the bar. We've been absolutely dominant so far, but Barca look like they're now coming into it. It's Doumbia on the edge to midfield. Into Lucas on the left hand side, his shot's blocked and it's behind for a corner, as we get a warning for Richard Quirk to stop him going into challenges, as he's got a yellow card already. Omar heads away the corner, Keita hits it further forward, Moraes in the end with the final clearance, and now Barca bring it forward again. Roberto to Di Benedetto, out to Lucas on the left, good header away from Mon-Iversen, and Quirk clears it further into midfield. Venturini with a free kick from 30 yards, that goes over the bar. Barcelona certainly coming into this now. They've had 3 or 4 in a row. There's the goal. It's a good header at the front post. And after all of the dominance early on, we're beaten by a set piece and a corner and a header. The simplest routine for Barcelona, and that's really disappointing. It's Bacanes to the left to Moraes. Here comes to the Silla down the left-hand side. He beats his man and tries to cross it. Headed away as far as Keita. Shoots into the roof of the net. Fantastic goal, Maddie Keita. Brilliant strike, and we're level after half an hour. Striking back within a minute of conceding. That's a fantastic finish too. Goals from midfield has been key this season. All of them get into double figures, and hopefully we can continue to dominate now and try and get ourselves in a lead. I'm really surprised how well we've competed, as Quirk's got it on the right. He finds Bacanes and now Mon-Iversen, who's starting again on halfway. He's got 2 options there. McDonald finds Moraes into Bacanes in the centre circle, and we just keep in possession quite nicely now, all the way back to Stojanovic. He brings it out of his area. Long kick down the right to Sousa. Fantastic pass by the goalkeeper. He crosses to Andrade. Unmarked in the middle. We lead 2-1 and we've turned it round in 5 minutes. 2 clear-cut chances, 2 goals, and it's 2-1 to Torquay in the Europa League final. Torquay 2, Barcelona 1. Who would have predicted that at the start? World-class players litter this Barcelona team, but we're competing and outfighting them as Lucas has a shot blocked for them. Sousa coming away down the right-hand side, over halfway and a through ball that goes awry, and it's mopped up by Barcelona's defence, but we still lead on a stroke of half-time. The whistle's gone, it's 2-1 at the break, and when we went behind after 28 minutes, there's not one person that would have predicted that. We're going to tell the lads not to get complacent, most of them are motivated or focused, and we've just got to hope they respond in the second half. Let's see if there's any warnings to close people down. One for Roberto, which we've just switched on, Lucas with a cross from the left, it deflects off Quirk but it's into the arms of Tjanovic, and he rolls it out to McDonald. Omar in central midfield collecting it from deep. His long ball forward is blocked, and now Lucas can counter to Dumbia. 25 yards out, rattles the post himself. Barcelona have started this half well. Lucas with a corner again. Richard Quirk flicks it up more than away. Di Benedetto on the edge of the box, but he's been forced backwards by the press. Here's a good switch of play to Lucas though. He's into midfield to Venturini. Dumbia back to him again, and now they've got time 30 yards out. Out to the right wing and Venturini again. He's found the overlapping right back Roberto. Into Lucas is a great block by Quirk, but he's fallen to Lucas again. Vergara on the edge of the box, being forced back on that left hand side again, and the highlight ends with a score still 2-1, but Barca have started this half brilliantly. 5 minutes into the second half, as Omar gets the ball out to Sousa, is headed away by Barcelona. Omar on the edge of the box, brilliant save by Nebel, cleared away and Silla gets it back in again, but a couple of bobbles around, and it is finally hooflon by Barca. It's Hernandez coming forward for them at the other end, Lucas into the box, Stojanovic has just made one of the best saves you'll ever see, such a strong right hand to get it over the bar. He's been a hero so far here, as Hernandez heads the corner wide, and I don't think I've seen a much better save than that. That is world-class goalkeeping. Almost an hour gone and we still lead here, but the signs aren't good in the second half so far. It's Stojanovic with a short free kick, out to Moraes on the left-hand side, back to McDonald and he goes wide to Silla, who now comes over halfway. We're getting so many warnings to close people down, but hold on a minute, Andrade's through. A brilliant save by Nebel at the other end now, and we've got a corner on the left-hand side. Omar delivers to Sousa. Our right as it is attacking. Omar in for the third time, and they just keep getting cleared away. Sousa at the byline to deliver. Andrade loses out. Keita with the follow-up header, but it goes wide at a post and it remains 2-1. We've got the goal kick. The highlight doesn't end, but we're going to make some changes now, as there's a few tired legs out there and a couple who are struggling to perform. We're all over the place in this final. It's been such a tense game, and now we're in the lead. There's so much riding on it, so we've got to make sure the changes are right. We're going to take Richard Quirk off for Talasise. He's been the worst player on the pitch and he's got a 6.4 rating, so no risk need to be taken there. And we bring on an experienced right back who's almost as good as the man he's replacing. Let's get back into it with just that one made, and we'll spread our substitutions out over the next 10 minutes. 15 to go, it's a free kick for Andrade, into the arms of Nebel. There was a lot of power on it, it almost forced him back into the net, but he holds it and keeps possession. We're back with Bacanez and now Omar, as we get the ball down in central midfield. Andrade comes deep to get it the front man, out to Silla on the left. He tries a through ball which is poor, and it falls for Cisse the substitute. Now to Omar and Cisse again. Back to McDonald on halfway. Omar picks it up and goes to Silla on the left. He's giving it away in the middle, and now Barca can counter. Silla was about to come off, and he certainly will do now. But he almost cost us the lead in the meantime. Stojanovic with another brilliant save. Dumbia the world-class player in one-on-one, and our goalkeeper comes to the rescue. Moniverson flicks it away to Venturini. Out to Lucas on the left-hand side. His delivery's into Venturini again, but he heads it wide for a goal kick. Silla's going to be coming off now. His rating drops to 6.5, and Daniel Kozzel's on the left wing. Can the skipper make a difference for us? Just 5 minutes to go and it's Omar to Andrade. That should be a red card there. Awful challenge by Danzo, the Barcelona defender. Has to go for that one. A terrible tackle and we're going to make our final sub. Omar's going to be replaced here. It's between him and Bacanez, both on 73% condition, but Omar's not match fit and for most of the game he's had a worse rating, so Dimitri Lapin will come on for him and Keita will swap roles. Let's get back into it with 5 to go. Hopefully we can keep keep possession better now. Andrade taking the free kick. Into the box, it's a really poor ball, and Neville the keeper will collect. Can we hold on here against Barcelona, or will the 10 men bite back? Kozul flicks on a long free kick, and gets on the end of the flick on himself. Back to Moraes, who delivers to Souza. His shot saved, and the rebound's blocked, and he's fallen to him on the right wing again. Back to Cisse, the fullback. His cross is blocked to Souza. Into Kozul, who nods it down. Moraes to Keita, who hits the post. Andrade back to Souza. It's pinball in the Barcelona box, but we've still not managed to score. McDonald on halfway to Everson. The highlight ends and just 4 of stoppage time to go. Can we hold on for a treble of cup wins, this one being the biggest achievement in Europe? Andrade with a free kick, just wide of the post, and we're going to go and make some tactical changes now. Time waste all the time, reduce the tempo. In transition we want to slow the pace down, hold our shape as well. We're not going to press the goalkeeper and we'll drop our line of engagement. All the usual changes as we try to keep a compact shape. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go and we still lead 2-1 against Barca. But here they come on the right hand side. Venturini collecting it in deep midfield areas. He's got it back from his partner as Barcelona continue to come forward. It's a switch from Dumbia to Rodriguez. He tries to deliver but it's blocked. Fantastic working back by the winger and we've just got 1 minute to hang on. It's Rodriguez with a throw into Lucas. He's going to try and cross it here. Silly foul on the right hand side and now Barca have got one more chance. We're going to drop the duties of Keita as well as the 2 fullbacks Moraes and Cisse. So if we do manage to get this one away, we'll be in a better defensive shape. Let's get back to see the free kick. Can we hang on in the last precious moment? Lucas delivers it in. Bacanes hacks away. Awful free kick but brilliant defending and I think we're going to do it, you know. 5 seconds to go as the ball's coming in. Rodriguez with a throw on the left. Souza heads away as far as the midfielder. Into the box and Stojanovic claims. He's been sensational in goal today and we're about to win the Europa League final against the mightiest of opponents in Barcelona. There we go for the 3rd time this year. The pink and grey suit gets an outing. We've won the Europa League, we've won the FA Cup and we've won the Carabao Cup too. From no major trophies and building this club steadily over 14 years, season 15 has just gone wild. The signings have all gelled, everything's clicked and this team has come of age. We go into the Champions League group stages next year and that and the Premier League are our 2 remaining competitions. We'd like to win the Club World Cup as well, but that's obviously some way off. A fantastic performance against Barcelona though, and we're thoroughly deserved winners here as we win the Europa League final. What an achievement it is, and we're going to tell the lads they were fantastic. They've all gained confidence and are delighted, and a lot of them are going to be here next season to play in the Champions League for the first time. The late red card of course helped us, but we were brilliant for the 85 beforehand, and the board should be reacting to that fantastically as we celebrate a famous treble. We lift the Europa League, who could have thought that was going to happen? I wasn't expecting that 20 minutes ago, so we're certainly delighted with that achievement as we win our first European trophy after our first season of European football. The board are of course happy with the win. We were expected to reach the semi-final. At the start of the year we thought that was a bit harsh, but with 6 English winners of the trophy in a row, they obviously knew what we were capable of. We received £12.5 million almost, a fantastic moment for us, and another 7.5 there too, plenty of money coming into the club. One of our former players, Reece Williams, has called us a legend after that performance. Fantastic for him to recognise our success. The squad get a payout of 4 or so million, but nothing near the 20 we've just been given. And there's the confirmation of us being champions. Lee Rutherford with the most assists in the competition. We'll deal with the press conference off camera, but of course that's not what we want to worry about at the moment. We were brilliant in the group stages of this competition, getting the full 18 points, and then we beat the likes of Benfica and Milan on the way to the final. Don't forget that famous Lee Rutherford goal. In the 93rd minute against Milan we were going out, but he scored the winner and he's the hero as he got us through to this final. He didn't get on in that game unfortunately, but we did manage to get over the line, and as an unused sub he still gets a medal as an integral part of our plans. So that's the end of the season. Let's very quickly go and do a squad review just so we can see who our superstars were, but of course the true answer is almost all of of them, it's a sensational season across the board. The most appearances goes to Stojanovic, he made 49 starts, and 49 appearances also went to Quirk and Keita, though a few of theirs were off the bench. Andrade falls into that category too, and there are a few others not far behind. Silla with 48 appearances in total, the same for Dimitri Lapin, 46 for Moraes, 43 for McDonnell. There's so many good performers in this team. It feels rude to single anyone out, as they've all been absolutely brilliant. For goals, we've had them spread around pretty evenly. Andrade with 18, Rutherford with 15, Kozza with 16, Keita 15, Sousa on 11 and Omar and Opoku on 10, as so many players contributed to this brilliant success. In assists, we've got 2 in double figures, Rutherford with 13, we saw that 8 of them were in the Europa League, Sousa's got 11 from the right wing, and Richard Quirk 9 from fullback, then Ramos on 8 and a few players on 7, as again so many have contributed. There's hardly anyone who hasn't got a rating above a 7. I don't want to single anyone out this year. Every single player was sensational and integral to our success across 3 competitions. So you probably won't see the most dramatic transfer window next summer, as we'll be back for the start of season 16 on Sunday. Of course we'll be showing you that transfer window in detail, as well as the Community Shield final, as we're FA Cup winners and we'll face Manchester City, the Premier League champions, in that one. We've also got the European Super Cup to look forward to. We'll be playing the Champions League winners in that one, so that'll be a nice surprise early next season too. Plenty of big moments to look forward to. Let me know in the comments who you think needs replacing and where you think we need to improve at the club. For me, it's just going to be 2 or 3 signings rather than the 5 or 6 we had last year. I'm looking for a right winger with Gonzalez to leave the club, and we've got to get a new central defender in, as Lucas Bedger's going to be on his way. But aside from that, there's not much to do, maybe just 1 or 2 squad changes. But if you did enjoy this episode and that fantastic performance against Barcelona, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Who honestly thought we'd have a treble at the start of the season? Let me know in the comments what you think of that. I'm really impressed by how well we've performed in finals. We've really turned up for the big games and put in some of our best performances of the season, something that I'm really proud of. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content. As we said at the start, the number of episodes from this series will be increasing to 5 a week. From Sunday we'll have episodes every day till Thursday, and that sequence will continue every single week. Still at the normal time of 4:30, so I hope you'll come and join me for the start of next season. On Saturday we've also got a special 10 years in the future episode from our Head Coach series. We finished the save in 2031 and we're going to skip forward 10 years after that to see how some of our clubs and players have got on. There's also 3 episodes a week from my Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. A massive thank you to everyone that continues to support that series, as well as the Ashes Test playthrough we did beforehand. I can't thank you enough for giving it a try. I've been blown away by the support for both series. Then finally our Snooker 19 career continues. That's every Friday at 4:30. We're coming up to the season ending World Championships now, where we're hoping to cause a shock and lift the trophy. But a massive thanks for watching this one and following another season of this series. I really do appreciate it, and I hope it's worthwhile now we're winning loads of major trophies. After 14 years of steady building, we're starting to get our rewards quite quickly. I'll see you next time out for the start of season 16. Hopefully we'll have 1 or 2 more world-class players join in to add to the brilliant talent we've already got at the club.